Hey, good evening, Kitavav. Today, I'm going to start with a little story. I remember when I was in 10th grade, I showed up one morning to davening, and all my friends were studying for a chemistry test, and I was very confused because it was Monday and the test was Tuesday. So why were people studying Monday morning? So I investigated a little bit, and I asked one of my friends. I said, Yitzchak, why is everyone studying today? Isn't the test tomorrow? To which he responded, no, it's today. Oh. So then I went ahead and I crammed for the test. I took my textbook and was just studying nonstop till it began. And unfortunately, I didn't do as well as I would have liked to. Maury, can you think of a reason why maybe I didn't do so well?
I'm not too good with chemistry.
Okay, that's one possibility. I wasn't good with chemistry. Dad, what do you think?
You were ill prepared.
I was ill prepared. Okay, very good. So, okay, fine. Benji, what do you think I could have done to do better on the test?
You could have looked at the syllabus.
I could have looked at the syllabus. Okay, what do you mean?
Or your notebook. I'm sure you wrote it down.
Okay, so had I known, and then I would have studied more, prepared better. Okay, thank you. So, based on what we just said, it seems fair that proper preparation is very crucial in ensuring success. So, today we are going to look at different people in Tanakh and get a better understanding of the importance of preparation in different areas of our lives based on how they prepared for different events in their lives. So we're going to start off right now. Everyone has the source sheets that I gave out. And what I would like to do is I'm going to read the Pesukim and translate them. Each one should take about 30 seconds to a minute. But I want everyone to pay close attention because afterward you're going to answer the question on the bottom of each source. And I'm going to call on someone to give an answer. So listen carefully. So the first person in Tanakh that we have is Yaakov Avinu. It says with respect to Yaakov, who's going to meet his brother Esav, who's hated him the past 22 years, Vayira Yaakov me'od vayetzer lo vayachatz es ha'am asher ito v'es hatzon v'es ha'bakar v'agmalim l'shnei machanos. So Yaakov was very scared, and he split up his camp and all of his cattle into two camps. Vayomer im yavo Esav al ha'machane ha'achas v'yikahu v'ayah ha'machane hanishar lifleita. And then he said, if Esav comes, then he'll get one of the camps, but the other one will be okay. So that was the first thing that Yaakov did to prepare to see Esav. Now the second thing it says, Vayomer Yaakov Elokei avi Avraham v'Elokei avi Yitzchak Hashem ha'omer Elai Shuv la'artzka u'l'moladitecha ve'etiva imach hatzileni na miyad achi miyad Esav. Then Yaakov goes ahead and he davens to Hashem that Hashem should keep good on his promise, that he should have a safe return to the land, and that he should save him from Esav, his brother. So the second thing, he davens. Now we look at the third pasuk. Vayalan sham balayla hohu vayikach min haba biyado min chal Esav achiv. So Yaakov, he settles down, and that night he goes ahead and he takes from what he has, and he prepares a gift to send to Esav, his brother. So that's the third thing he does. Now I'm going to give everyone about 45 seconds to just answer the question below. Mom, can you please read the question for everyone?
What did Yaakov do to ensure a successful meeting with Esav?
Okay, thank you. So now everyone just write down. Okay. So what was one thing that Yaakov did to guarantee that he would have a successful meeting with Esav? Dad.
He gave him gifts.
Okay, very good. He gave him gifts. Okay.
No, he didn't give the gifts, he prepared the gifts.
Okay, and then after he prepared them?
He sent them.
Very good. Okay, so he gave them gifts. Very good, that's one. And now who knows the second thing that he did? Grandma?
He davened.
Very good. Very good. So we have gifts and he davened. And what's the last thing?
See,
Yeah.
He divided his camp up so that he would be prepared.
Okay, very good. So we have three things. He split up his camp, he davened, and he gave gifts. Okay, thank you, everyone. So that was Yaakov. Now we're going to move forward and talk about the preparation of Yosef. So Yosef, just a little background, he was in Egypt. He was the viceroy or the second in command to Paro, the king of Egypt. But prior to that, he was in jail, but he had this unique ability to interpret dreams. So Paro brought him out of jail and told him his dreams, and Yosef said the following to him after interpreting the dream. Right, so now let Paro find a man who's wise and smart, and set him over the land of Egypt. And so Paro should go ahead and he should point this person to oversee and prepare for the 7 years. He should prepare food during these 7 years of plenty, in order that following these 7 years of plenty, there's going to be 7 years of not a lot of food. So they're going from having a lot of food to very little food. So Yosef said, Paro, you need to appoint someone who's going to start saving up now, in order that when you don't have a lot of food left in the land, there will be food that you can take from what you saved, and people will not starve. So, Maury, please read the question.
What did Yosef tell Paro to do and why?
Okay, everyone, you have 45 seconds. So what did Yosef tell Paro to do? Papa?
to organize a reaction to his dream.
Meaning?
All three of the things that he said to do. He should appoint somebody, divide up the labor, and prepare everything to receive everything.
Okay.
But it was all one reaction.
Okay, but he was preparing.
Yeah.
Okay. And Benji, why?
For a drought,
Okay, meaning.
not a lot of food.
Okay, so he was preparing now so that when they didn't have a lot of food, there would be stuff left over from before. Okay, very good. Now we're going to move on to the third source here with Moshe Rabbeinu. When Moshe was told by Hashem in Parshas Pinchas, go look up at the land that you are not going to go into, Moshe realized that, okay, he's really not going into the land of Israel, but that's a little concerning, because what's he going to do about the Jewish people? He's been their leader all this time. He needs to make a plan. So he said, just move the. So he said the following. So Vaydaber Moshe el Hashem lemor. Moshe spoke to Hashem, saying, Yivkur Hashem Elokei Arukos l'kol basar ish ala eda. That Hashem, the source of the breath of all flesh, don't worry what that means for now, but just Hashem should appoint someone over the community, Asher Yetzi Lefneim, that will go out before them, Asher Yavo Lefneim, and come in before them, Asher Yotziim, and who will take them out, Asher Yiviem, and who will bring them in. Why? In order that V'lo Siya Adas Hashem Katzon Asher Ein Lahem Roa. In order that the Bnei Yisrael, the group, would not be like sheep without a shepherd. Now, does anyone know what a shepherd does for the sheep?
Guides them.
Very good. Thank you, Maury and Papa.
Keeps them organized.
Okay, and keeps them organized. Thanks, Mom. So we have the shepherd. It keeps them, it guides the sheep and keeps them organized. So, Benji, please read the question on the bottom for us.
What is Moshe concerned about here?
Okay, now everyone, You have 45 seconds to write down, and I'll call on someone to tell us. Dad.
Who's going to guide Bnei Yisrael into Eretz Yisrael when he's gone? Because he's guided them the whole entire time.
Okay.
Leadership.
Leadership. Okay. Anyone else want to add to that? Maury, do you have anything different? Okay.
Along those lines.
Along those lines. Okay, so leadership and guidance, because he guided them their entire lives. So he was, in essence, he wanted to make sure that Klal Yisrael was prepared for entering into Eretz Yisrael, that they wouldn't be left to on their own. And now I'm going to give us one line that I think very beautifully sums up what we've been saying about preparation and how crucial it is, how important. We say in Licha Dodi on Friday night, Sof Maaseh b'machashava techila, last in action, but first in thought. Meaning, we're speaking here about Shabbos. When Hashem was creating the world, the first thing he thought about was Shabbos. That was his first in thought, the first thing he thought about, but the last thing that he actually did. It was such a special gift, he wanted to make sure that it was prepared properly, and he did this with the rest of creation. The 6 days before were all preparation for Shabbos. So, Papa, can you read the bottom question here?
How does this line connect with any of the sources above?
Okay, meaning that we just spoke about the three different scenarios, Yaakov, Yosef, and Moshe. And we spoke about how each one of them understood how important it was for them to prepare for what was going to be. Now here we saw that Hashem as well understood that he needed to prepare first before making this incredible gift. So if everyone could just write down how this line connects with what we said above. You have 45 seconds. Someone please share what they wrote down. Graham, do you want to?
All right. I went for the first one
Yeah.
with Yaakov, and I said that he thought about what he wanted to do ahead of time, gave everything careful thought, prepared a plan, and then came his action. So it's following the same pattern.
Very good. Thank you, Grandma. Okay. And Ben, did you want to share? Okay. Papa?
I think only Moshe.
Okay.
Because Moshe, after everything he did, he realizes he needs a finishing touch to release Israel into the land.
Very good. Okay. Right, and I think to add on to what you're saying with Moshe, where he actually, the whole purpose of taking the Jews out of Egypt was to ultimately get the Torah and go to Eretz Yisrael. So I think
He was finishing the action.
right. But the first thought was always to go.
Yeah.
That was, at least in God's plan, that was the thought. Okay. Very good. So now what we're going to do is a little bit of practicing what we just learned. So I want everyone, we're going to take 5 minutes to write a short paragraph that we're going to pick one of the three sources that we just discussed and how they would apply to a situation in our lives, like something similar that happened to us and how you prepared for that or how you would. For example, Yaakov. So Yaakov, we said that he was preparing after having a really rough relationship with his brother. He needed to prepare. So he sent him gifts and he davened. So an example for us would be if I got in a fight with my friend and I went ahead and made him cookies and then brought them to him when I went to go apologize to try and work out our relationship. You may use your notes and the sources for this, and you'll have 5 minutes, and then afterward, we'll hear what everyone has to say. But before we begin, can someone just repeat what we are doing? Mom?
We're writing a paragraph about how something that we've done is similar to what happened in Tanakh with either Yosef, Yaakov, or Moshe.
Very good. Okay, everyone.